All right, so I've the last couple videos, or last couple months actually, I've been talking about some of the tools that I have. Just as I get to them, I'll just kind of share a story. Recently, in an X748 video, I told you about a socket wrench set. But I figured I would actually go more in depth. So one of the things that I like to do with, or like to show when I'm talking, is anybody can do all this. So I figured I would start here with two set of what I would call channel lock pliers. On the top we have your traditional blue channel lock 442 pliers, and then on the bottom we have a Knipex pair. You can get the blue ones, for relatively cheap. The Knipex are probably double the price most of the time of the channel locks. Now, I only recently acquired the Knipex over the channel locks. I have, I don't know, 3 or 4 pair of the channel locks, and really liking the Knipex. Now, what I think is really important to note here, none of my tools, aside from the cheap ones like the channel lock, even though channel lock's not necessarily cheap, but generally the more expensive tools that you see me use, like the Snap-on, the Knipex, the Mac tools, stuff like that, I bought all those secondhand, either at an auction or I bought them off eBay, stuff like that. I don't buy those tools new. So because I can't afford them, I'm not going to pay that much for a set of tools. But if I have the opportunity to pick them up, recently, back in October of 2017, I purchased a Snap-on puller set to replace the couple junky pullers that I had. And I think I paid $220 for it. I have to go back and look at the auction invoice. And I've been looking for that set for a number of years. I think you can pick them up on eBay for like $300 plus shipping. And normally I think new they're like $600. So anyway, back to the pliers here. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with these channel locks. I have used them extensively. I mean, everybody knows how they work. They're really good for gripping. What's really nice about the Knipex, though, is how they adjust. So basically, it's just a push button, and you can just slide it up and down like that. The jaws are a little bit misaligned there, and they're misaligned so you can grip a little bit better. And so I really like these Knipex pliers, and these are Knipex Cobras. I also think there's Knipex Alligators, and there's a couple other types of Knipex. But I really like these. I will actually probably, really unusual for me, I will probably buy a couple more of these brand new. I like them that much, and kind of send the blue-handled channel locks off into the sunset, just for light duty. But both of these work just fine. Another thing, and these type of pliers will work. They're pretty much indispensable around the shop, at least to me. Like I said, I've got 3 or 4 pair, maybe 5 pairs of these, different sizes. Some of them are larger, some of them are smaller. And what I'll do is, just when I find them on sale, I'll buy a couple pairs, stuff like that. Also, another piece that's indispensable is just regular pliers. These are just regular channel lock pliers. I think the number on them is 528. You can typically buy these for like $10. No different than Stanleys or anything else. A lot of guys keep these in their pockets. They got a little holster on their belt, and they'll keep those in there. But another set of pliers that I really like, and I actually bought these brand new, are lineman's pliers. So, or at least I call them lineman's pliers. If you disagree with what I'm calling something, that's perfectly fine. This is just what I grew up calling them. So these are Klein lineman's pliers. Had a gift card to Home Depot when I was 15 or 16, and these things were like $40 at the time, and I still have them, and it is now almost 20 years later. So yeah, I really like these pliers. Maybe 18 years later, something like that. I'm trying to remember exactly when I got these, but I have had these pliers a long time. Absolutely love them. I use them quite a bit when I'm doing electrical work on like tractors and stuff. Really like them. So something that I would encourage if you're doing some electrical work in the house and stuff like that. Certainly a set of pliers that would work really well. I like these. And the next thing I'm going to talk about, or the last thing I'm going to talk about, is my sockets. So we have, this is a socket that I actually picked up over on Black Friday. It is a Craftsman 75 tooth ratchet. I've said sockets so far, these are ratchets. This is just a regular Craftsman ratchet. This is my Snap-on these are all 1/2-inch drives. And so these are my 3 primary. I've got a heap of others like this, and I've also got a long-handled flex head Craftsman 1/2-inch drive ratchet. But these are kind of the bread and butter of the shop for, you know, numerous reasons. There's absolutely no reason that you can't get along with just your traditional, your good old-fashioned Craftsman 1/2-inch ratchet. They work, all right? The Snap-on I picked up several years ago, I guess 4 or 5 years ago now, on eBay. I want to say I paid like $35 for it, something like that. Really like it. It has been a really good socket, or really good ratchet. Can you tell I get sockets and ratchets confused? And like I said, the 75 tooth, that's what I recently picked up. I have not even used it all that much. In fact, you can still see it's tiny. It doesn't have very many scratches on it. I bought a 1/2-inch and a 3/8 version. And when they say 75 tooth, what they mean is how many teeth are in the ratcheting mechanism, and basically how far you have to angle the ratchet before it clicks to the next tooth. And I'll demonstrate that. So here, pay attention as what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the head, let's say a 1/2 turn. So this face right here, I'm going to face over here, and just listen. All right. So you heard that big long clicks. Now on this one, I'm going to take this face and I'm going to do 100. I'm going to turn it halfway around again, 180 degrees. All right. So you see, there's a lot more clicks in there. And the increased number of clicks basically means that when you're ratcheting on something in a tight spot, you don't have to move the ratchet handle nearly as far. Unlike the old style, you have to move the ratchet handle a lot farther. And I think the Snap-on might even be fewer teeth than the Craftsman. But, I mean, a 75 tooth is certainly not something you absolutely need, but it is very nice. I've used my 3/8 75 tooth socket here, or ratchet. Boy, I'm still having trouble with that. Ratchet here quite a bit in the last couple weeks. And then also, I don't have my long-handled ratchet in here, but here's my 3/8 long-handled. Really like these long-handled ratchets, either flex head or stationary head. Hopefully this video helps anybody that doesn't know a whole lot about tools. By no means do I have a large collection of tools. I just kind of acquire them as I go. Try to use my best judgment, do some research on what I need, and at the same time I kind of keep a watch on eBay, Sears, stuff like that, and you know, try to see where I can find the best deals. Now, obviously, Craftsman are not the end-all, be-all of tools, but they are, in my opinion, probably, along with Cobalt and Husky would all be the same thing. They are well priced for the utility they provide. I'll put it that way. You know, when it comes to Snap-on stuff, the little bit of Snap-on, Mac, Blue Point, anything like that, I really like those tools. They're so nice. The only problem is they're so expensive. So hopefully you find this video helpful. I'll probably do a couple more of these just as I go along with my tools, try to explain my thought process behind buying some of the tools that I buy. So anyway, thank you for watching.